Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state law. The resident officer is a very important part of the highway patrol system. In isolated sections of the state where the population is sparse, the resident officer is on duty 24 hours a day. His only contact with headquarters is by radio. When trouble comes to these areas, the officer is on his own and forced to make quick life and death decisions. In the remote southern section of the state, James Simpson had been the resident officer for 2 years. April 8th started out as just another routine day for him. As usual, he began with breakfast at the local restaurant.
Hi, Alice. You know you look prettier every time I see you.
You know, Jim, if you ever failed to say that, I think you were sick or something.
I do that every day. And every day, I order the same thing.
It's already on. You know, if you came in here just 1 minute after 8, I'd be convinced the world was ending.
I didn't know you cared.
I might as well be your wife. I feed you 3 times a day and listen to all your complaints.
You don't clean my house.
Oh, eat your breakfast. All the brush fires under control?
Not a flicker left. Not so bad this year. At least no damage was done to the homes. Hey, I'm a growing boy. Could I have a little salt?
Well, it's already salted.
I'd like a little more.
Oh, you're all alike. You never know when you're well off.
Let's eat. Maybe we better not, Greer. It could be risky.
Relax, Charlie. There's nobody around here interested in us.
Greer, look. Cop, let's get out of here.
Charlie, we're going in there as if everything's all right. Otherwise, that cop will have something to get suspicious about.
Well, how about something hot to drink?
Coming right up.
You got a rough day ahead of you on that highway. A lot of traffic out there.
Oh, you get used to it if you work around here. You fellows traveling through?
On our way to Springville. Have business there.
We'll take it easy on the road.
I'll take a refill.
How about some food?
Yeah. Think maybe we will.
$27.70 to headquarters. $27.70 to headquarters.
Headquarters, come in 2770.
$27.70. In a restaurant on Highway 44, about 1 mile south of the Medford Junction. 3 men entered. Look suspicious.
We can get some food later.
Charlie, you're gonna be more trouble than you're worth. Shut up.
Drove up in a two-tone white and brown coupe. License number, Nora Paul Adam, 326. Nora Paul Adam, 326.
I got it. This is Matthews. Those 3 guys you described, they're going to pull the Sheffield payroll job. Look, they're armed and dangerous. They shot a couple of people. Stall them as long as you can. I'll meet you there in a half hour by helicopter. 10-4?
10-4. Nothing going on. I can relax for a while. What kind of work do you do in Springville?
We don't work in Springville. In fact, this is our first time up in these parts. We're salesmen.
With all the farmers in Springville, you must be selling agricultural machinery.
No, as a matter of fact, we're distributors for a new line of washing machines.
Nice talking to you, officer.
What's the matter?
I don't know. Maybe nothing. But you stay inside. Hope you gentlemen don't mind waiting a minute or two. We're having a big drive in safe and proper driving, checking all licenses and registrations. May I see your license?
He's probably called in. We'd better take him with us.
Tell the girl if the cops follow us, this one gets it.
All right.
We're taking your boyfriend with us. If you want him alive, don't make a call. If the police do show, tell him not to follow or put a slug in him, just the way he did to Charlie.
What about Charlie? He's done. Let's get out of here.
Giving me the highway patrol.
You can land right down there. Get the coroner and an ambulance here right away. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Where's Simpson?
Well, they took him with them.
Did you see what happened?
Well, I was on the inside. He tried to stop them, and then he pulled a gun. Well, that's when Jimmy, Officer Simpson, shot him. Well, then one of the others hit Jimmy behind the neck.
How long ago did you leave and which way?
Oh, about 20 minutes.
I'll have somebody here in a few minutes. Thanks for your help.
Oh, but what about Jimmy? They'll kill him if you follow.
Let us worry about that, will you?
What do you want to do with him?
We'll have to decide what to do with him now. We're only about 5 miles from the cabin.
Cops aren't done, Greer. They've got our description, the make of the car, and probably our license number.
We're 20 miles from that restaurant. They know we have him by now. But I don't think the bluff will work. They'll be looking for us just the same.
Then what do we do? Let him have it or take him with us?
We'll have to get rid of him sometime. Just soon do it now. But if we kill a cop, we'll never be able to stop running. Just slug him again and put him in there.
You got a long way to go, your excess baggage, Copter.
Simpson.
Like it's been through 2 wars, but it's okay.
How long ago did they leave?
I don't know for sure. It couldn't have been over 10 minutes, though.
You got any leads at all?
Last thing I heard him say was they had a long way to go, and I was excess baggage. Then the lights went out.
Well, we're going to have to start all over again. Come on, there's another gun in the chopper. I'll get it for you.
Just up the road. We'll hole up a few days where the cops won't find us. We've got a lifetime to spend the money.
Officer Simpson quickly filled Matthews in on his gunfight with the 3 criminals. The Highway Patrol now had no doubts that Sanders and Greer were the same men who had robbed the Sheffield payroll.
They got a long way to go before they reach a populated area. Maybe we can still spot them in a copter.
Maybe they decided to stay in this area.
There's not much to hide out in around here.
What about farmhouses?
A few, pretty well scattered about, though.
Let's take a look at the chopper. Come on, get in. Watch your head going around.
Burned the cabin, the supplies.
We should have held onto that cop.
It's too late now.
Well, let's get back on the road.
No, we haven't got a chance here. They'll be looking for us.
We haven't got a chance here.
There's only one thing to do. Let's find a farmhouse.
What if there aren't any around?
There are. We passed a few coming up that road there.
Still a couple miles over.
This looks like our best bet. Take a look around the back. I know it's the wrong time of the day to catch the man of the house at home, but maybe you could tell me the best time to see him.
Why, he's not around. Could I help you?
Well, I don't mind waiting. Will he be back soon?
He and my son have gone fishing. Won't be back for a couple of days.
I see. Then I will talk to you. Just keep quiet.
I told you to keep quiet. Everything all right?
Yeah, anybody in the back?
No, the car's gone from the garage.
Good, put ours in it.
Okay.
Anybody else in the house?
I told you, they're away fishing.
The crying isn't going to do you any good, lady. We're going to be here a while, so we might as well get along. You expect anybody here today?
Not unless one of the neighbors calls.
Yeah, well, if they do, you're not taking any visitors.
The car's away. Nobody'd be able to see it.
All right, check the rest of the house.
She She alone?
She better be.
What do you want from me?
Nothing, lady. Except shelter and food and no tears.
Can't you go somewhere else? I don't know if I can stand it.
Oh, you'll stand it. People stand a lot of things when they don't have any choice. Now, how about some food? We're hungry.
Are the police after you?
Now you're catching on. Let's go to the kitchen.
Police take a house. Tell them if they see any strangers, notify the patrol. Come on.
Matthews and Simpson knew that if the two fugitives should decide to take refuge in one of the few isolated farmhouses in the area, the occupants would be in extreme danger. They also knew that dislodging these desperate men would prove to be a hazardous job. In an effort to preclude such incidents, Matthews and Simpson made their careful house-to-house search.
Haven't seen anyone. The only house left around here is down the road.
Let's check it.
You're a good cook, Mrs. Dean.
Yeah, your husband's a lucky man. It's that cop and another man.
The one I slugged.
Yeah, the one you slugged. They're going to be knocking on that door in a minute. I'm going to be right behind you with this. Your life depends on what you say. Is that clear? Get in the other room. If they're onto us, you know what to do.
All right.
Remember, lady, if you want to see your husband and boy again, make sure those cops don't come in this house.
But if...
There aren't any ifs left.
Yes?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. We're looking for a couple of men. We think they might be in this area.
No, I haven't seen any strangers around here.
Well, if you happen to see them, notify Highway Patrol right away. They're armed and dangerous.
Yes, I'll do that.
We'll check with you before we leave the area. Thanks very much.
How's it look?
They're going away. You did a good job. Next time they come around, do just as good, and you might see your husband again after all.
If the police don't think you're here, why can't you leave?
I told you, lady, we'll be your guest for a few days.
Anything?
She was trying to give me some kind of a signal. There's got to be somebody in there holding a gun at her head.
Maybe we can get around to the back.
No, I don't think so. You get over there and cover the house. I'm going to check with the neighbor again, see if she's alone. Go ahead.
Dan Matthews had a daring plan to help the desperate Mrs. Dean. But it was necessary to know whether or not there were lives other than Mrs. Dean's in jeopardy.
Give me a piece of paper.
How do we stand?
I don't know. The neighbors say Mrs. Dean's alone. Family's out of town for a couple of days. Here. Get over there and guard that position. Watch the door.
Think the woman will react to the note?
I don't know, but if she starts running, cover with all of that you can.
Here comes that patrol guy again. This time he's alone.
He's coming back to check again, lady. If you're convincing we should be seeing the last of him.
And remember that, husband and boy.
I'm sorry to bother you again.
That's quite all right.
You haven't seen the two men at all, huh? Go to your neighbors. Go on, get out of here. On both of you, throw your guns out. Come out with your hands up. You want us? You come and get us. Oh, I guarantee you we will. Circle that house in the chopper?
Yes, plenty of room.
Warm it up. Let's get going.
Still out there.
Yeah, and if that copter's going for more help, we'll be able to rush him. Looks like it's coming right at us.
You'll have to go in by the front. The angle's no good from here.
Just get a shot at that thing. Let's get out of here.
Hold it. He didn't want to stop.
Call a car.
What are you gonna do to me?
I'm going to introduce you to 13 friends of mine. A judge and a jury. All right, move. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, if you care to drive, drive with care. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. In the process of maintaining law and order along the highways and byways of the state, the Highway Patrol is confronted with many unusual crimes and criminals. But the most baffling crime is often committed by a first offender, a person considered above suspicion. Such a crime occurred on May 13th.
Oh, hello, Meeker. What can I do for you?
What's happened to my check? It's been due for over a week.
Well, you'll have to turn in a corrected bill for that.
Well, why? There wasn't anything wrong with the bill I turned in.
Mr. Morgan had a little talk with me. He thinks the job should have been done in 5 days.
But I estimated the job at 7 days, absolute minimum. And you okayed it.
Well, I changed my mind. Now I think the job should have been done in 5 days.
Where's Mr. Morgan? I want to see him.
He's going to be home for a few days. Why don't you come back next week sometime?
Next week won't do. I've got to pay my loaders and drivers today.
Look, Meeker, will you take my advice? Turn in a corrected bill for 5 days. That's all he's going to pay. And Mr. Morgan can be a pretty stubborn man when he wants to be.
So can I. Especially when I know I'm right. Mr. Morgan, can I see you for a minute?
I suppose so. If it's about that hauling job.
That's what it's about.
You brought the corrected bill?
No, I didn't, Mr. Morgan. The bill I turned in was exactly right.
Well, my understanding is you gave us a price for 5 days' work and then tried to collect for 7.
But I didn't give you a price for 5 days' work.
3 weeks ago, Preston estimated 5 days at $85 a day.
But
now, please, may I finish? You will admit that Preston did ask you for an estimate.
Well, yes. And I told him the job would take 7 days minimum.
Preston has worked for me for years. Do you expect me to take your word against his?
All I expect is my money, Mr. Morgan.
Okay. We'll settle this thing right now. I'll pay you 5 days, $85 a day.
Mr. Morgan, if you'd think for a minute, you'd know that job couldn't be done in less than 7 days. Well, 5 days' pay doesn't clear me with the loaders and the drivers. I'll wind up losing money.
That's business. You'll estimate your jobs more carefully in the future.
No, you keep it, Mr. Morgan. I can afford it better than you can.
Get out of here, Meeker. Get out before I throw you out.
I wouldn't believe it. You're as bad as Preston. You're a swindler. You're both crooks.
Meeker.
Mr. Morgan? Are you there? It's Preston. Mr. Morgan.
Preston, a man with a background of honesty and respectability, is presented with a sudden and violent temptation, a temptation he failed to resist.
Mr. Morgan, what happened? Operator, get me the highway patrol. And hurry, please.
Matthews. Yes, Mr. Preston. Where is it? All right, fine. We'll be there.
Arthur Morgan's refusal to believe him and pay his honest bill put Brian Meeker in the position of having to meet a payroll without funds. Unaware that even then the highway patrol was searching for him, Meeker's difficulties were growing more numerous by the moment. The bank, refusing his needed loan, put still another problem before the youthful contractor.
And you say Meeker was gone when you came to?
That's right, he was gone.
Then what happened?
Well, I was getting to my feet when Preston here came in and helped me.
When did you get here?
Well, I drove up just as Meeker was pulling out.
I see. When did you find the money was missing?
Well, almost immediately. I went to close the safe. The money wasn't there.
Preston's your only witness to the fact that the money was missing.
Well, no, I don't think Preston ever went near the safe. Did you?
No. No, I never did. What about this watch? Is it yours?
Yes. Must have broken when I fell.
Seen better days. What about these glasses?
No, I never wear glasses.
They're yours?
No, I wear glasses, but those are not mine, no. Well, what are you going to do about all this?
I'll pick up Meeker, bring him over here, see what he's got to say. To headquarters.
Headquarters, bye.
1028, any vehicle registered to Brian Meeker, 3 Millet Road. APB on Meeker. Suspicion of assault and robbery. He's about 25, 5 feet 11, dark hair. Last seen wearing jeans, check shirt, and leather jacket. 10-4?
10-4.
Let's go.
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan, in all the excitement, I forgot to tell you. Potter's due at the plant right now. He's got the revisions on those estimates.
Well, go take care of it. If the price is under the figure we discussed, tell him to go ahead.
Right. You Want me to phone you and let you know what happened?
No, after you see Potter, you better come back here. You might be needed.
I'll do that. Well, I'll see you later.
Any sign of life?
No, sir.
Let's go. You Brian Meeker?
That's right.
You're under arrest. Let me have the keys. Put your hands against the wall.
You won't find anything, mister. I hit it with my fist.
Check the car.
Yes, sir.
Get inside. Morgan had $12,000 before the fight. What happened to it?
Hey, wait a minute. What are you getting at?
It's missing. He said you took it.
Well, that makes him even worse than I thought. He's a no-good liar. Well, look, Mr. Matthews, I know you're a police officer with a job to do, but will you listen to my side of this story?
Sure, go ahead.
I just got an independent contractor's license. I invested all my ready cash in a truck. I've done a lot of work for Mr. Morgan. Well, one time he even offered me a job, but I figured I'd rather be on my own. Then this job came along, and to show my appreciation, I cut my estimate to where I'd only make a little over $100 in 7 days. And here's the time cards on the loaders and the drivers. And here's a memorandum on a trip that spilled over into the 8th day. I didn't even put that on the bill. I agreed to do the job in 7 days, and I kept my word.
What's that got to do with $12,000?
Look, I've been working for 4 years to get myself started in business. I'm coming along slow, but I'm making lots of friends. I'm going to get married. Well, wouldn't I be a fool to steal Mr. Morgan's money and ruin my whole life?
Were you near Morgan's safe when you were there this morning?
No, I wasn't. He went to the safe and got the money to pay me for 5 days, and when I refused it, he put it back in the safe.
You're sure you weren't near it?
Positive.
All right. Here are your glasses. They were found right under the safe.
I never wore glasses in my life. I got 20/20 vision, and that's something I can prove to anybody.
I hope you're right, kid. Let's go.
Car's clean. He must have kept the money in his pockets. There's an undisturbed layer of dust in the trunk and the glove compartment.
Look, how many times have I got to...
All right, come on, get going. Here are the glasses. Optometrist name's on the case. Check it for prints. See if they belong to Meeker or Preston.
Secure in his knowledge that the stolen money was safely hidden, Preston turned his attention to the business next in order, that of fastening the guilt upon young Brian Meeker and keeping himself in the clear.
Well, you didn't get very far, did you? Where's my money?
Maybe I shouldn't have hit you like I did, Mr. Morgan, but when you say I took any money from you, you're lying.
Meeker, you...
All right, simmer down. Stop calling each other names.
Well, he stole my money.
The assault charge is obvious. The theft charge is one man's word against another.
But Preston here is a witness.
A witness to what? You said he wasn't even near the safe.
Well, yes, that's true.
Can you swear there was $12,000 in there? Did you see it?
Well, no.
Well, you have my word for it.
Do you want to prefer charges?
I do. I demand the arrest of Meeker on a charge of assault with intent to do bodily harm and the theft of $12,000.
Assault will do for the moment.
Mr. Matthews.
You'll have your day in court. Let's go.
Well, I guess there's nothing more I can do here. I might as well get back on the job.
What about Potter and the estimates?
Oh, well, he called to say he couldn't make it. I expect to see him later this afternoon.
Well, if he tries to back out of his agreement, call me. But I hope we don't have any more excitement today.
So do I. Well, I'll ring you later on.
$21.50 to headquarters.
Headquarters, by.
Give me the exact time the Morgan robbery call came in. To the minute.
Stand by. Call received, 10:17.
10-4.
10-4.
An idea?
Morgan's watch was broken in the fight. It stopped at 1 minute after 10. Headquarters never got the call till 17 minutes after.
Yeah. Preston arrived just as the kid here was leaving. Well, what happened those other minutes?
I don't know. It's something to work on. Let's find out. I'd like to talk to you about that broken watch of yours.
What about it?
Does it keep good time?
I don't think it gained or lost a minute a week. Why?
Meeker left here about 2 minutes after 10. Preston passed him on the way in. Preston found you on the floor just coming to, and he called Highway Patrol headquarters. Headquarters never got the call till 10:17. Right now, we're looking for 10 or 12 minutes, and what happened during that time?
I wouldn't know. I was unconscious.
What about Preston? He wasn't unconscious.
Oh, I don't think it's
Oh,
possible.
wait a minute. Did either one of you leave the house while we were looking for Meeker today?
Well, Preston did.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Back to the construction yard.
Why?
To keep an appointment with Mr. Potter of the materials company.
Mm-hmm. Check it.
Check what?
See if he was telling the truth.
This is ridiculous.
Could be.
Hello, this is Arthur Morgan. May I speak with Mr. Potter? Hello, Potter. Say, about that appointment you had with Preston today. You didn't have an appointment with Preston? Well, what about those estimates? Oh, yes, I understand. Thank you very much. Yes, as soon as I can.
All right, what goes?
Potter sent those estimates to the field office by a special delivery by a messenger this morning. Preston signed for them. Hello. Just a minute. It's for you.
Oh, thanks. Miss Matthews. What's that again? Okay. Those glasses were made for Preston.
Then Preston lied when he said he hadn't been near the safe.
Yeah, where is he now?
Well, when he left here, he was going back to the plant.
Thanks.
Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, what?
What about Mika?
Well, he's still under arrest unless you withdraw the assault charge.
I withdraw the charge. Both of them.
You only had one. Next time, keep your hands in your pockets, kid.
Yeah.
$21.50 to headquarters.
Headquarters, bye.
Proceeding Morgan Distribution Plant to apprehend suspect Rudolph Preston. Have nearest available unit cover back of plant. Preston description and license number on record. 10-4?
10-4.
Let's go.
Hello?
Mr. Morgan, it's Preston.
Preston. Yes?
Potter sent those estimates by special messenger. They just arrived, and I wondered if you wanted me to bring them over to you.
Preston, you're a liar.
You never had an appointment with Potter today. You received those estimates early this morning, and
You signed for them.
you're not only a liar, you're a thief.
Preston. Well, why don't you say something? Preston, are you still there?
Preston. Preston.
Flight. What are you going to do then, jump? All right, turn around. Sure, a lot of money. Doesn't look so good now, does it? Move. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, it isn't what you drive, but how you drive that counts. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.